Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of
Joy in the
Waiting. I'm Natalie Suber,
I'm Tony Suber, Jr.
and we're the Subers, and we are sharing our journey through IVF. So, in the last episode, we left off by talking about our experience at the other clinic. So, we decided to go to another clinic, and we also just want to say that everybody has different experiences. So that other clinic, that was our experience. Maybe some other couples had good experiences there, but we did not. So we just decided that it was time for us to move on. So we decided to go to a clinic in Columbia, South Carolina. And our experience there was amazing. Just starting off, like how nice everybody even was on the phone. At the other clinic, I had trouble getting people on the phone, and when I did, they weren't always kind. I always felt rushed, but this was just totally different. And then when we got there, it was early in the morning. As soon as we walked in, they were like, "Good morning. May I have your last name? They'll be with you in 1 minute." The same greeting was not at the other clinic. It was more like, "Put your name down, sit down." It was just different. So that was
more
nice.
Business atmosphere at the other clinic.
Yeah. And I also loved and I know it sounds crazy, but even the decor in the new clinic. And I know that sounds crazy because you're there for medical attention, not. But sometimes it makes you feel comfortable when you're in a place that looks nice. And the other place didn't look nice. And almost gave me the feel of like an old building, post office type of feel. But this one, it was just, the whole atmosphere was nice. And we went back to have a consult, of course, with the physician. What I liked is that she didn't meet with us in an exam room. She met with us in her office. So that was really nice. I liked that versus being in an exam room, as soon as we got in there. But it wasn't, we met with her, and she took time with us. Like, she stayed with us like over 45 minutes. I want to say almost an hour.
Yep.
And I have a lot of questions, right? So she asked.
I just said, "Oh yeah," I'm just agreeing with you.
She answered
Hella questions.
She answered all of my questions. She was super nice and kind, and she even had a student, but she asked permission if the student could come in and listen to the consult, which I thought was nice. It was just a nice experience, and I got very good vibes from her, from our plan of action and what we're going to do moving forward. And I like that we didn't have to start all over. We could start in the middle of the plan. So then another thing that I like that she said is, she was like, all of our patients meet with our financial counselors the same day as your consult, just so we can give you an estimated ballpark figure so you can prepare. And I was like, what?
Right.
How nice is that? Because that was one of my issues before, is I felt like I was begging for an estimate price and nobody would give me one. So that was nice. But during the plan, I don't think I've talked about this in the other episodes, but I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I also have endometriosis, right? So what she told us part of our plan would be for our journey, and again, we're not physicians, we're not doctors, and just because our IVF journey looks like this doesn't mean that other people's will, because everybody's different. But anyway, for our journey, for me, what she discussed was, of course, they would do we're going to do retrieval, but since I have PCOS, my egg reserve level, I have a high egg reserve level because I have PCOS, which means that I don't really ovulate by myself. So it's a whole bunch of eggs just in there waiting. So therefore, she said it might not be as aggressive in terms of some of the medication that I need to take, because my ovaries, already have eggs. We just bring their quality eggs, so they'll extract them. But since I have endometriosis, then she wants to wait 2 to 3 months before we do the transfer. After they get the eggs and we go through that whole process and create the embryos and all that, she wants to wait until after, to make sure that my endometriosis is not flared, or I'm not in a lot of pain and my body calms down from all of the medications that I'll have to take for retrieval. So anyway, after we talked about that, and I loved how she broke everything down and told me the reasons why and not, that she wants us to take this route, different routes, and we would talk about it. And then we met with the financial counselor, who was amazing. And she broke everything down with the prices. She gave us a price sheet with everything. She told us our different options, if that wasn't a good price for us, and a good timeline, payment option, all of that we had there. It was nothing left to wondering when it came to price and due dates of the price if we decided to go with that. So we came home, talked about it, you know what I'm saying? Prayed about it, talked about it. We decided we wanted to move forward, and we went in for another appointment where we had to do blood work and ultrasound. And even that was nice, because even the lady who did the ultrasound was super nice. She explained to me everything she was doing, why she was doing it, what I would feel during that. And she even explained to me what I was looking at on the count. I didn't always get that at the other clinic, but she was super nice. The nurse was super nice, and the nurse was super approachable, you know what I mean, and made us feel, well, I'm only speaking about my I'm sorry, TJ's going to talk about the way he felt and his experience, but from my experience, I just loved how comfortable and approachable and relaxed everyone made us feel, and everybody was super nice. Nobody had an attitude or anything like that. I felt like at the other clinic, everybody seemed overworked and tired, and it was just like an assembly line of patients coming in, but this was not. It was like everybody was happy to be there, and they really cared about us. That's the vibe that I got. So then our next step is we start injections. We're going to start injections soon to get my body ready for retrieval. So that's the next step, and that's where we are now. We did decide to stay with this clinic because we had such a good experience. So that's my experience at the clinic. Now you tell about how you felt.
Everybody was nice. Like I said, it was like night and day compared to the last place. So now that you mentioned it, Natalie, it's like the last place is like we was like doing like some back alley type stuff. That's what it felt like, because it's just the location of the building and the way the building looked. It just looked like when you walk into the office, it just looked dirty. It almost felt like you was in a trash can. And I hate to say it's that bad, but that's how I felt whenever I walked in the offices at the old place. Now the new place, man, they had like this big couch you could like lay down on. Like when you walked in, they even had like this lady. She's like an older lady, but it felt like she was like a grandmother type figure. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking to her, she was real nice. She was like, yeah, child and baby this, and she was just real encouraging, even to the point where I was like studying for my IT exam, and she was like, yeah, you gonna pass it, and this, she just giving me a whole lot of positive energy, which I appreciated. Now, when it came to the semen analysis, I would say this, and I know a lot of guys probably went through the same thing I went through, but for everything that they did for you, they didn't do nothing for me. And I understand that, because as a man, we don't really need a whole lot, but they basically, I had to extract my I'm trying to say it in a nice way. How would I say it? Like, I had to extract my juice in a cup, basically. And soon as I walked down the hallway with the nurse lady, she was like, she gave me a cup. She was like, here, take care of your business. And soon as I got in the room, I seen a
paper.
Yeah, it's like a paper on the wall that says, if you're not done by an hour, we have the right to come in the room and check on you. Which I thought was bananas.
Like why would they say that? I wonder. Why not just knock on the door? But why say we got the right to come in? Like,
that's what the sign says. So I'm assuming it's like for medical reasons. If you can't finish within an hour, I don't know if they were sending in help. Oh, no. I'm joking. I just playing.
You gotta show out.
I think it was more like they'll be more worried like something happened, because
but everybody grown. You know what I'm saying? Why not knock on the door but say that you're gonna come in there?
That's why I said I have the right. They have the right to come in if it's not done within an hour. Which I wouldn't understand why anybody would want to be in there a whole hour, because I didn't even want to be in there no longer than 10 to 15 minutes. But like I said, it was clean and it looked nice, and they had like the DVDs and all that stuff. I didn't touch none of that stuff. I took care of what I had to take care of, and you know, I extracted in the cup, and I don't know. It's just something about doing that in a cup just makes me feel sad, like those times where you do something and then after the fact you have like immediate regret. It wasn't. I don't regret it because of what we're trying to do. I just regretted it because it just felt nasty. Like I can't really explain it, but other than that, the rest of the process it was dope. Like I said, like my wife was saying, I like the fact that they told us everything up front. So they told us they answer all of Natalie 10,000 questions, and I was supposed to say that they answer.
Do what you want. That's what you do anyway.
They answer all of Natalie questions, and then even in that same day, they told us how much it was gonna cost. They told us when they was gonna need the money, which was dope because, like I said, the other place was trying to be like on some, like they was trying to sell you 2 cheeseburgers in a brown paper bag behind the building about the money. That's how I felt. So the fact that they told us everything in the same day was dope and fantastic. So I would definitely recommend this place to people. And I understand my wife said that, you know, everybody didn't have the same experience we had at the old building, but I still would recommend it to anybody. But it's new places, that's in Columbia. Definitely would recommend just for the atmosphere alone, because everybody's just so nice and so professional. So they answer all your questions, they listen, which is not that common for people in the medical field. Sometimes I feel like when you try to tell them what's wrong with you, they don't want to listen. They just like, yeah, mm-hmm. Like they already got their mind made up of what's wrong with you. But you tell them, hey, I can't move my middle finger. Oh, you just need some water. You know, they just kind of write stuff off. And the fact that they was listening to everything was cool. So I really appreciate them, and they made my wife feel comfortable. So that's all I really cared about. Juicing in a cup. It's probably about that much of I really didn't care that much when it came to me juicing in the cup, because like I said, this whole experience is both of us together, but Natalie is the main character of this situation. She has to do a whole lot more than I have to do. She has to endure a whole lot more than I have to do. So, you know, juicing in the cup is not as bad, you know, compared to what the wife has to go through. So, you know, it's just a small sacrifice. So it's all good.
That's what's up. But I disagree. We going through this together. Yes, my body goes through stuff, but you go through stuff because you have to see my body go through stuff. And so I feel like we're in this together. I don't feel like I trump, you know what I'm saying, you.
I'm just being more realistic though, because yes, we're in this together, but I mean, let's be honest, your body goes through the majority of, well, I would say 99% of everything that's getting ready to happen. So you're the one that's gonna have to. I'm gonna have to give you the shot. You're gonna have to take the shot. I'm gonna have to give you the shot, and then you're gonna have to take the medicine, and then you're gonna have to carry the baby. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I can't in good conscience sit up here and say that I'm doing the majority of the work, because I'm not. You know, so I'm just being realistic. You're doing. I did 0.01 of the work, and I was juicing in the cup. And then you've done the 99%, the 99.9% of the rest of it, because you, like I said, your body is going to have to go through all those changes. I'm just going to have to be there to take care of you, and you know what I'm saying, and comfort you and make it as comfortable as possible. So let's not do that. Like when it comes to changing the oil in the cars, yes, I do 100% of that. But when it comes to this, you're going to be doing 99% of, you know what I'm saying, the baby. You're making a baby inside of you, basically.
I get that, and thank you for that. But I still feel like you play a large part of that too, and you're a big player in that too. I just feel like I'm not in this alone.
No, not at all.
And yeah, you're in here with me, and you're going through it too, because it's affecting both of us. Whether your body is literally going through the same thing, but it's still affecting us. I feel like what we're going through. So. Next on the.
Can I say one more thing real quick? I think the most I'm gonna have to put up with is when you wake up at 3:00 in the morning and be like, "Hey, could you buy me some ice cream and some pickles?" I think that's probably gonna be like the worst part of it for me, You know what I'm saying? So that's not. I don't even think that's gonna be an issue. But you know, we can agree to disagree on this respectfully.
Right. Okay. So then, so how did all of that make us feel? As far as it made me feel great that I'm glad we found this clinic, but honestly, I'm not gonna say that it's the best and all this and that because truthfully, we really have not went through we really have not been with. I mean, we went through the surface stuff, right? So I'm not in good confidence going to give even this clinic a amazing review or recommend them to anybody else until after this whole cycle and see how everything is handled with my procedure, with my injections, with my retrieval, with, you know what I'm saying? Until all that. So yeah, they cool, but I mean, I still got my eye on them, and we're still trying to apply everything we learned from what we shouldn't have done or what we did well in the last clinic to this clinic. So I'm still on the. I mean, they cool now. Don't get me wrong, and we made a decision to stay,
right.
But the jury's still out until we see how everything is gonna flow once we get into the really into it,
the thick of it,
yeah. Right, in the thick of it, because it's beginning. So I can truly say right now, I am excited, but honestly, I'm getting super nervous because with the type of personality I have, I'm used to controlling things or knowing what's going to happen next, and I can't control this. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest thing is how is my body going to react to these injections? And you know, just I guess that's what the biggest thing that keeps playing in my head is injection shots. How is my body gonna react? Am I gonna be emotional? Am I not? Am I gonna be able to eat? Am I gonna be able to sleep? You know what I mean? Is it gonna be painful? You know, it's just nerve wracking. But all I can do, I feel like in this moment, is trust God because He's the only one who knows what's gonna happen. The doctor can't even tell us what's gonna happen at the end. God knows what's gonna happen at the end, so I have to just trust Him. And sometimes it's easy to tell other people to trust God, but when it's time for you to trust God. You have to really do that, you know. So
I said the word up.
So I just feel like just trusting God is what's going to get me through, and leaning on my husband, of course. And one thing that you said at the end of and another thing about the place that I thought was super nice, on your way to check out, they have this board of encouraging notes that other couples have wrote to just anybody who's passing by. Of course, it's an infertility clinic, so everybody knows what everybody's there for. So just encouraging notes that I read that just really encouraged us, saying keep going. And the note that it has is one of like a big poster it has in the middle of all the notes that different couples, and we could have wrote a note. Everybody can write a note, an encouraging note, but in the middle it says, instead of thinking about all the reasons why it won't work, think about the one reason that it will. And that just did something, you know, to me. Like, it just made my heart smile. And then I remember after the appointments and stuff, I'm thinking about all this stuff in my mind because I'm trying to figure out how it's gonna work, how I'm gonna do this, how, you know, just all the logistics. And I remember you said to me when we was in the car, you was like, babe, you're so brave. And I couldn't believe you said that. And it just really, like, it just warmed my heart. And I'm trying not to cry because
it's the truth.
But it really made me feel, it just encouraged me because all I can think about is this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, financially, emotionally, physically, it's a lot. So I was like, oh, shoot. And then we got in the car and he was like, baby, you're so brave. And it just really encouraged me. It warmed my heart. It just, all the things. But yeah, so now you tell me, what are you nervous about this whole process?
I guess just how your body's gonna react to everything, and that's what I'm really more nervous about. Just the way your body's gonna react to it. I mean, I already assume that you're gonna be emotional because you know your body is chemically changing because you have you got somebody inside of you that's gonna be growing, and you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be, hey, I'm hungry, so he or she might pull on your liver or however that works. I don't know how to all of that works on the inside like that. He might kick you one day because, hey, I'm hungry and you ain't feeding me fast. You know what I'm saying? And you might get, you're gonna get emotional, and that's fine. But I care more about your health than anything. I feel like finances we can get through, but your health and your mental is what I care about. So so far I'm nervous with you, and I'm not concerned yet because it seems like everything is going smooth as smooth as it can right now. But when we start the shots and you start the medicine and all that kind of stuff, I'm more worried about that. So
Okay.
other than that, I feel like as long as we doing this together, I'm cool. But at any time you want to say, hey, I can't do this, I don't want to do it no more. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you.
But prayerfully we can get through this and have a good ending. But right now I'm just trying to take it step by step.
Right.
I feel like that's what we are trying to. So first step is these 50 limb shots that they want people to take, and these 50 limb pills, and then retrieval. And then we find out whether they're quality eggs. Then they take your sperm and put it inside of the eggs and watch them grow and see which ones survive.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that survives, they'll freeze the embryo. And then after that, they'll wait 2 to 3 months to check on my body and all that. And then we'll see when we'll actually do the transfer, which when they will literally put the embryo into my uterus and pray that my body doesn't reject it and it stays. Also, and then once I start injections too, for the retrieval, I have to go to the office every 2 to 3 days in that, I think it's like a week span, to make sure so that they can they'll do ultrasounds to monitor my follicles, the eggs, my ovaries, all that. And then they'll do blood work also every time I go to make sure that my hormones in my body are reacting correctly to doing whatever it is they're, supposed to be doing and all that. Another thing I liked about this clinic is we actually had to do a modular where we had to literally not study, but it was like little videos, like a training video you would have at your job, but it literally had a quiz at the end. And it covered everything from how to give the shots, why we're giving the shots, my procedure, like everything. And before they would even order my medication, we had to pass that. So at first I was kind of like, they doing too much, but it made sense because it forced us to look at that and understand. And we still have questions, and they answered all our questions, but at least we have the knowledge. You know what I mean? Like it was just really good, really in depth, and I don't feel confused about anything. Like I understand why everything has to happen and all that. So that's another thing that I thought was nice. The other one, before we were about to get ready to do the thing, we were just gonna come in there and they were gonna tell us and all that. But I feel like we keep going back to the talking about the old. We gotta let that go. That's what they did. Prayerfully, anybody else that go there, they learn from our experience and they treat patients better, and other patients are having a great experience. I feel like we just need to quit talking about them because I feel like that's the past. Moving forward, it's just been great thus far. So we're going to hope that it maintains this momentum, keeps going, and it's still nice, and we still continue to have a good experience. Okay, so what did you find? Okay, and the name of this, of our show is... Should we call it a show? Video diary? I don't know.
I think it's more like a video diary.
Okay, our video diary is called Joy in the Waiting. So we try to find joy in this because sometimes it's not joyful. So we like to end every episode by talking about what we found joy in that day. So what have you found joy in today?
I found joy in a haircut. You feel me?
You can't tell him nothing.
Hey man,
don't try. He done got a haircut.
I don't even wear this that often. But when I get a haircut, I gotta. You feel me? You see what it is. But no, I found joy in I said waking up today, being able to wake up beside my wife, my best friend basically, and I was able to get a pair of Air Penny 2s that I've been wanting for a long time. So that's pretty much it.
So what's up? I found joy this morning and waking up and being able to kiss TJ because it's just rough. It's been rough just with this whole IVF thing, and it's just been rough. So just knowing that I have somebody beside me. So that's what I found joy in this morning, is that TJ was beside me when I woke up this morning, and it just brought me joy. So that's it. That's it and that's all. We're not going to hold you guys any longer. Thank you for watching. We pray that this encourages someone. And also we're doing this for our future child. So they'll be able to, when they get old enough to comprehend all that, they can see how much mama and daddy love them and how much we went through to get them here. All right. Well, until next episode.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes.
I took the walk to Poland. I just like that song right now. It's pretty dope.
All right. Well, that was something. All right. Bye. Have a good day.